Every day, goods move across borders: cars, electronics, food, clothing. But did you know that many of these goods come with an extra cost imposed by governments? These costs are called tariffs. Tariffs are taxes or duties placed on imported goods, making them more expensive. They can protect domestic industries from foreign competition by making imported goods less attractive. For example, a country might impose tariffs on imported cars to support its own car manufacturers. However, tariffs can also lead to trade disputes and affect international relations. Understanding tariffs is crucial for grasping how global trade works and how it impacts economies worldwide. So, what exactly are tariffs and why do they matter? Let's dive in. A tariff is a tax placed on imported or exported goods. Governments use tariffs to regulate trade, protect local industries, and sometimes even as a bargaining tool in negotiations with other countries. Historically, tariffs have been used since ancient times, with early civilizations imposing taxes on goods entering their territories. In the 19th century, tariffs were a major source of revenue for governments before the advent of income taxes. Today, tariffs are often part of complex trade agreements and are used strategically in global trade negotiations. Economists debate the impact of tariffs, with some arguing they protect jobs and industries, while others believe they can lead to trade wars and higher prices for consumers. Ultimately, tariffs affect everyone, from local businesses to consumers, influencing the prices and availability of goods in the market. There are several types of tariffs, each serving different purposes. Import tariffs, taxes on goods entering a country. They can protect domestic industries and generate revenue. Export tariffs, less common, but used to control the supply of goods going out. They can also generate revenue. Protective tariffs, designed to shield domestic industries from foreign competition. They can help new industries grow. Retaliatory tariffs, used during trade disputes to counteract another country's tariffs. They can be a tool for negotiation. Revenue tariffs, primarily aimed at generating income for the government rather than protecting domestic industries. Tariffs can have wide-ranging effects on different sectors of the economy. They raise the cost of imported goods, which can lead to higher prices for consumers, but they also protect local businesses from foreign competition, helping them grow. However, high tariffs can also lead to trade wars, slowing down economies. Economists argue that while tariffs can safeguard jobs in certain industries, they can also result in job losses in others due to increased production costs. Ultimately, the impact of tariffs is complex, influencing global trade dynamics and economic policies. Let's look at some real-world examples. The U.S. China trade war. A series of tariffs imposed between the U.S. and China led to price hikes on everything from electronics to agricultural products. For instance, American farmers faced steep tariffs on soybeans, leading to significant revenue losses. Brexit tariff changes. After the UK left the EU, new tariffs impacted trade between Britain and Europe, causing disruptions in industries like food and automotive. For example, UK car manufacturers faced increased costs due to tariffs on parts imported from the EU. Additionally, the food industry saw empty supermarket shelves as tariffs complicated the import of fresh produce. The USMCA replacing NAFTA, the USMCA introduced new tariffs and trade rules between the US, Mexico, and Canada, affecting industries like dairy and automotive. Canadian dairy farmers, for instance, faced new tariffs on exports to the US, impacting their market access. Companies often respond to tariffs by adjusting supply chains, sourcing from new countries, or passing costs on to consumers. Some even move production to tariff-free regions to stay competitive. As global trade evolves, tariffs will continue to play a role in shaping economies. Will we see more free trade agreements, or will nations rely more on tariffs for economic protection? The future remains uncertain. Experts suggest that the rise of digital trade and e-commerce could lead to new forms of tariffs and trade regulations. Additionally, geopolitical tensions and climate change policies may influence tariff strategies. As nations navigate these complexities, the balance between free trade and protectionism will be crucial. The future of tariffs and global trade is a dynamic landscape shaped by innovation, policy, and global events. Tariffs are more than just taxes. They shape economies, businesses, and even international relationships. They can protect domestic industries from foreign competition, but they can also lead to trade wars and higher prices for consumers. The impact of tariffs is complex and multifaceted, influencing everything from the cost of goods to the strength of international alliances. As global trade continues to evolve, the role of tariffs remains a hotly debated topic. What do you think? Are tariffs good or bad? Do they help or hurt the global economy? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights on global trade. Gap-0.60000000000001S. While tariffs can have profound impacts on economies and international relationships, it's important to discuss the organizations that work to regulate these trade measures. Gap-0.60000000000001S. The World Trade Organization, or WTO, plays a crucial role in overseeing international trade rules and resolving disputes related to tariffs. Gap-0.60000000000001S. Established in 1995, the WTO aims to ensure that trade flows as smoothly, predictably, and freely as possible. Gap-0.60000000000001S. When countries impose tariffs that others deem unfair, the WTO provides a platform for negotiation and, if necessary, adjudication. Gap-0.60000000000001S. This helps prevent trade wars and promotes stability in the global trading system. Gap-0.60000000000001S. Other organizations, such as regional trade agreements and economic unions, also play significant roles in managing tariffs and fostering cooperation among member countries. Gap-0.6000000000000001S. These bodies work together to create a more balanced and equitable global trade environment. Gap-0.60000000000001S. Understanding the role of these organizations is essential for grasping the full picture of how tariffs influence global trade. Gap-0.6000000000000001S. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video. While tariffs often serve as tools for economic strategy, their impact on developing countries can be profound and multifaceted. These nations, which are typically more dependent on exports for economic growth, often find themselves at a disadvantage when faced with high tariffs from developed countries. For instance, when developed nations impose tariffs on agricultural products, it can severely impact the livelihoods of farmers in developing countries who rely heavily on these exports. This can lead to reduced income, increased poverty, and even social instability. Moreover, developing countries may lack the resources to effectively negotiate tariff reductions or to retaliate with their own tariffs. This can result in an unbalanced trade relationship where developing nations are perpetually at a disadvantage. However, it's not all negative. Some developing countries use tariffs to protect budding industries and to generate government revenue. By imposing tariffs on imported goods, they can encourage domestic production and create jobs, fostering economic growth from within. Understanding the complex relationship between tariffs and developing economies is crucial for creating fair and equitable trade policies. As global citizens, we must strive to support measures that promote balanced growth and development across all nations. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the intricate world of tariffs. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video. Tariffs are not just economic tools, they are also powerful instruments of political strategy. Governments often use tariffs to assert their dominance, negotiate trade deals, and protect national interests. When a country imposes tariffs on another, it sends a strong political message. This can lead to diplomatic tensions, trade wars, and shifts in alliances. For example, the trade war between the United States and China saw escalating tariffs that not only impacted the economies, but also strained political relations between the two superpowers. Tariffs can also be used to exert pressure on countries to change their policies or behavior. For instance, a country might impose tariffs to push another nation to improve its labor standards or environmental practices. However, the political use of tariffs can backfire, leading to retaliation and further escalating conflicts. International relations are deeply influenced by these economic measures, as countries navigate the delicate balance between protecting their interests and maintaining global partnerships. Understanding the political implications of tariffs is essential for comprehending the broader landscape of international relations. As we continue to explore the multifaceted impact of tariffs, it becomes clear that these seemingly simple economic tools have far-reaching consequences. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time. Tariffs have a long and complex history, dating back to ancient civilizations. The earliest known tariffs were imposed by the Roman Empire, which levied duties on goods entering its territories to protect local industries and generate revenue. During the Middle Ages, European kingdoms used tariffs to control trade routes and assert economic dominance. In the 17th and 18th centuries, the mercantilist policies of European powers saw a significant rise in tariffs. These policies aimed to accumulate wealth by maximizing exports and minimizing imports, leading to widespread use of tariffs to protect nascent industries. The famous Navigation Acts of England, which imposed heavy duties on foreign ships, are a prime example of this era. The 19th century brought about significant changes with the advent of free trade principles. The United Kingdom led the way with the repeal of the Corn Laws in 1846, which marked a shift towards lower tariffs and more open trade. This period also saw the formation of trade agreements aimed at reducing tariffs, such as the Cobden-Chevalier Treaty between Britain and France in 1860. The early 20th century, however, witnessed a resurgence of protectionism. The Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act of 1930 in the United States, which raised tariffs on over 20,000 imported goods, is often cited as exacerbating the Great Depression. This period highlighted the dangers of high tariffs and their potential to stifle global trade. Post-World War II, the establishment of the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, GATT, in 1947, marked a concerted effort to reduce tariffs and promote international trade. This eventually led to the creation of the World Trade Organization, WTO, in 1995, which continues to oversee global trade rules and tariff regulations. In recent decades, the trend has been towards lowering tariffs through various trade agreements and regional blocs like the European Union and NAFTA. However, the early 21st century has seen a rise in trade tensions and a re-evaluation of tariff policies as countries grapple with issues of economic sovereignty and globalization. Understanding the historical evolution of tariffs provides valuable insights into their current use and future trajectory. As we continue to navigate the complexities of global trade, the lessons from history serve as a crucial guide. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time. Welcome back. Now that we've explored the historical evolution of tariffs, let's dive into alternative trade policies and how they compare in terms of effectiveness. One of the primary alternatives to tariffs is trade quotas. Unlike tariffs, which are taxes on imports, quotas limit the quantity of a particular good that can be imported over a set period. Quotas can be effective in protecting domestic industries without raising consumer prices excessively. However, they can also lead to supply shortages and retaliatory measures from trading partners. Another alternative is subsidies. Governments can provide financial assistance to domestic industries to make them more competitive on the global stage. Subsidies can foster innovation and growth, but they often come at a high public cost and can distort market dynamics, leading to inefficiencies. Anti-dumping measures are also used to protect domestic industries. These involve imposing duties on foreign products that are deemed to be priced below fair market value. While anti-dumping measures can shield local businesses from unfair competition, they can also provoke trade disputes and complicate international relations. Free trade agreements, FTAs, represent a collaborative approach to trade policy. By eliminating tariffs and other barriers between member countries, FTAs can enhance economic cooperation and boost trade volumes. However, they can also lead to challenges for industries that are not competitive on a global scale and may require comprehensive regulatory alignment. Another innovative approach is the use of trade facilitation measures. These are designed to streamline customs procedures, reduce bureaucratic delays, and lower transaction costs. Trade facilitation can make international trade more efficient and accessible, particularly for small and medium-sized enterprises. Yet it requires significant investment in infrastructure and technology. Lastly, environmental and labor standards are increasingly being integrated into trade policies. By setting high standards for environmental protection and labor rights, countries can promote sustainable development and fair competition. However, these standards can also complicate trade negotiations and create compliance challenges for developing countries. In conclusion, while tariffs have been a staple of trade policy for centuries, alternative measures offer diverse tools for managing international trade. Each policy has its own set of advantages and drawbacks, and their effectiveness often depends on the specific economic and political context. Understanding these alternatives allows policymakers to craft more nuanced and balanced trade strategies. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of trade policies. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time.